All right, Antalya is a beautiful city, has a really nice old town, but it's it's a touristy city, so it has like all this bustling nightlife. If you're up for that, we quite enjoyed our 2 days that we spent there. Yeah, 2 days. And yeah, it's nice to just have a stroll around, do some shopping if you're into these sorts of things, have drinks. It's quite a nice place to spend a few days.
We rented a car in Antalya, and our aim was to visit during the next days all the highlights of the area, moving along the coast from Antalya towards Kash. And our first stop led us to Termessos, the ancient city of Termessos.
So the Termessos ruins are high up in the mountains. Nowadays, of course, you can do most of the heavy lifting by car, but still from the car park, you have to walk a few minutes by foot. And it's a little bit of a steep climb through a beautiful forest. Whee, yay, yay. Look where you're going, Christian. Look where you're going. I think it's quite amazing how you just walk along here and then there is columns and stones and everything all around, and some of these structures are really all broken down and some others are quite intact, and then all of this stuff is 2,000 years old. It's quite impressive in my opinion. And you stumble upon stones like, I don't know, this one for example, which you can definitely tell is like man-made, and it's still quite intact, and I have like these holes which you just wonder what they might be used for. Maybe to put, I don't know, maybe to put in wood for some supports or whatever. But I think it's quite impressive to just walk around here and wonder what things were used for and how old this stuff really is. And now we are here
in Termessos, which is a hidden gem. There are not many tourists here. I think we're the only ones in a while, and there are not many tourists coming here. And I will rename this city the Machu Picchu of Turkey. Look at this place with the mountains behind us, with this theater there. It's super beautiful. And to be honest, I don't get why this is not so well known, because it's amazing. I think it's
because
beautiful.
you have to walk here.
Yeah, you have to walk a little bit, like 20 minutes up the hill.
Maybe that's why.
But my mom with 74, she made it, so it's easy.
She did complain though. And what you can see here are the cisterns, which is where they collected water for the entire city.
After Termessos, our next stop was a few hours away towards the south.
Where we are here is an amazing place. It's half an hour hike, and then you have these, it's kind of holes in the in the earth, where nowadays we know that there is gas coming out. But these are actually called chimera, and they're mentioned already back in the Tales of Homer, so in the old antique they're already mentioned. They have been quite important over the course of years, because they never go out, so they were used to be eternal flames. And while nowadays we know, of course, that there's methane gas coming from the earth, through these porous rocks, back in the antique the explanation was for that these flames exist because here was the last battle against Chimera, which is an old mystical creature from the Greek times. And while she was killed, her last breath of fire hit this part of the world, and that's why we have these eternal and never-ending flames here.
And if you put off one fire, then the next fire will appear somewhere else in one of the other holes.
Exactly. And some of them actually are off, so some of them light up and some of them go off, like not fast, but over the terms of weeks, years, I suppose. Yet you have to be careful if you're close by one of these holes and you might light up a fire or something. There is still gas coming out of some, even though they're not lit, so people were up for a few surprises sometimes. And it makes sense if you can schedule it to come here during sunset or something, at least when it's getting dark, because then of course you see the flames much better.
Further to the south, there is the beautiful city of Myra, where you can find the beautiful tombs carved into the mountain. One of the most important towns of the south coast of Turkey is Kaş, and this is this beautiful small town which we're going to explore right now.
Turkey is super famous for its sweets, and you see them everywhere in the stores, on the street, and of course the famous baklava, which is delicious. But today we're trying a few extra things. For example, this künefe or this other one with pistachio on top. So we're excited about it. Let's try it. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
This is so good. And this one, how's this one called, honey?
Künefe.
And this one, künefe, it has kind of a lot of cheese inside. And it's also amazing. So while so far we have been mainly visiting beautiful sites, landscapes and cities, of course if you come to the south coast of Turkey, there's tons of beaches and it's quite beautiful, like especially the landscapes around here. It's like very mountainous terrain in general. So it's amazing views and there's beautiful beaches. And the water even now in mid-October is still very warm.
Thanks for watching!
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below.
And leave us a comment. We would like to hear your opinions and thoughts.